Math Module 4, Lesson 30. I can divide decimal dividends by non-unit decimal divisors. Everything I do in the video, you must do in your workbook. Pause to catch up, rewind to rewatch. Good luck. Problem number 1, Part A. 2 divided by 1/10. So, my 2 is my dividend, divided by my divisor, which is 1/10. Well, I'm going to multiply these by 10 because that 1 is in the tenths place. So 2 times 10 is 20. 1/10 times 10. So what I'm doing is I'm moving that 1 in the tenths place to the left. So to the left of the tenths is the ones. So 1/10 times 10 is a 1. 1 in the ones place. So 20 divided by 1 is 20. So we're back to focusing on the place value and how we have a base 10 system. If I multiply by 10, I'm just moving that 1 over to the next largest place value. Part B, 2 divided by 2/10. So we're going to write that as a fraction. So 2 divided by 2/10. So that 2 is in the tenths, so I'm going to multiply by 10. So 2 times 10, that 2 is moving to the next place to the left, so the 2 in the ones becomes 2 in the tens, so 20 divided by 2/10. Now multiplied by 10 means that 2 moves to the ones place, so 20 divided by 2 is equal to 10. So 2 divided by 2/10 is 10. Letter C, 2 4/10 divided by 2/10. So I'm going to write my dividend first in my fraction. So that's 2 4/10 divided by my divisor of 0 and 2/10, or just 2/10. So I have everything in the tenths as my smallest. So I'm going to multiply by 10. Multiply by 10. So that means my decimal is going to make my number move over 1 to the left. So my decimal is moving 1 to the right. So 2 4/10 times 10 is 24. 2/10 times 10 means that 2 in the tenths place is moving to the ones. So 24 divided by 2 is 12. Letter D, 2 4/10, my dividend, divided by 4/10, my divisor. So I'm going to take my dividend, which becomes my numerator, divided by my divisor, which becomes my denominator. So I'm in the tenths place, so I'm going to multiply by 10, multiply by 10. 2 4/10 times 10 means that 4 is going to move to the ones place, so the 2 gets scooched to the tens. So it makes it 24. 4/10 times 10 means the 4 in the tenths place gets moved to the next largest place value, which is ones. So 4/10 becomes 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Make sure you showed all your work. Problem 2. 1 6/10, my dividend, divided by 4/100, my divisor. So let's write that as a fraction. So my dividend becomes my numerator, divided by my divisor, which is my new denominator. Well, my largest place value is the hundredths. So that means I'm going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 100. So we have 1 6/100 tenths. So I'm moving that 6 two place values to the left. So it's going to move to the ones, but then also to the tens. So it's going to be 1, 6, and that's the 10. So I need to add a 0 for the ones, divided by the 4 in the hundredths is going to move 2 place values to the left, 2 larger place values. So it's going to move to the tenths, but also to the ones. So now I have to do 160 divided by 4. Well, I know 16 divided by 4 is 4, and I'm going to add the 0. I can also show this with long division. 160 divided by 4. 1 divided by 4, can't do it. 16 divided by 4, how many 4s fit into 16? That's 4. 4 times 4, 16. Subtract, bring down. 0 divided by 4 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. So 40. So I figure out what I multiply by looking at my decimal place value. What is the smallest place value that that number is in? My divisor. Part B, 1 68 hundredths divided by 4 hundredths. So let's make this a fraction. So my numerator comes from my dividend, which is 1 68 hundredths, divided by my divisor, which is my new denominator, which is 0 and 4 hundredths, or just 4 hundredths. So the 8 is in the hundredths, the 4 is in the hundredths, so I'm going to multiply by 100. So it tells me my 8 is moving 2 place values to the left to make it larger. So it's moving to the tenths, and then it's moving to the ones. So the 8 is in the ones, so the 6 must be in the tens, and the 1 must be in the hundred. Divided by, all right, that 4 is in the hundredths. It's multiplying by 100, so I'm moving it 2 place values larger. So that 4 in the hundredths is moving to the tenths, but also to the ones. So it's 4 ones. So 168 divided by 4. All right, let's do our long division. 1 divided by 4, I can't do it. 16 divided by 4, I can do 4. 4 times 4, 16. 0 divided by, bring down 8. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. All right. So 168 divided by 4, or 168 fourths, is equal to 42. Part C. I have 1 68 hundredths divided by 12 hundredths. So let's make this a fraction. So 1 68 hundredths, my dividend, becomes my numerator, divided by 12 hundredths, which is my divisor, which becomes my denominator. So the 8's in the hundredths, the 2 is in the hundredths, so guess what? I'm multiplying by 100. Shocking, I know. All right. 100 tells that 8 it's moving 2 place values larger, so it's going to the tenths, and then it's going to the ones. So 8 is in the ones, 6 is in the tens, 1 is in the hundredths. All right. 12 hundredths, so that 2's in the hundredths, so it's moving to the tenths, and then it's moving to the ones. So 2 is in the ones, 1 must be in the tens. So 168 twelfths. Well, we need to do our long division, and I'm going to have to go over here because the other side is a little too crowded. So 168 divided by 12. 1 divided by 12 I can't do. 16 divided by 12 I can do once. 1 times 12 is 12. 6 minus 2 is 4. 1 minus 1 is 0. Bring down the 8. 48 divided by 12, or how many 12s fit into 48, is 4. 4 times 12 is 48. Subtract. Beautiful when it's balanced. Get a 0. So 168 twelfths, or 168 divided by 12, is equal to 14. Make sure you showed all your work.